Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 391 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. We've got some pretty big DCEU updates. But before that, let's get to one little update from the Snyder Cut. This is nothing too big or revealing, but it is interesting that Fabian Wagner, the director, a photographer, the cinematographer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, is still posting stuff on his Instagram. And this is his newest post. It literally dropped right after my last video, so I missed it by just that much. But in any case, he posted this that day or today. Fabian Wagner DOP, 2 superheroes and 2 guys in costumes. Hashtag RE 35mm shoot film cinematography behind the scenes techno crane. And it's really just showing Batman and Wonder Woman. This is the part where they go into that warehouse to find Steppenwolf, to find Victor Stone's dad, Silas Stone, and the other scientists, and try to save them. We noticed this part right here. So at least we know, and we've already known, that this is actually a Snyder Cut. This is actually the Zack Snyder's version of Justice League. No big deal. But it is interesting that he's continually to release this stuff, and we have to thank him for it. Hopefully he'll be able to release things that we haven't seen before, but they're all probably waiting for Zack Snyder to drop that first before being comfortable releasing those images of things that were probably cut out of the movie. So until Zack Snyder actually posts something, or someone talks about something, or it's leaked in some other fashion, we probably won't get any really new material until Zack Snyder posts something on Vero. And hopefully he will soon, although he's super duper busy with Army of the Dead, and is probably working on that. I think they're still shooting here and there, but hopefully we'll see more of that as well. So he's in a good place right now. Now on to the DCEU. James Gunn has been very tweety lately today, and he's revealed a couple things that are kind of interesting to note. James Gunn said this. When someone asked him, so how's the Suicide Squad coming along? When can the public expect some news or pictures? I crave info. It's the most excited I've been for a DC project in a long time. That's posted by Justin Scheitl. James Gunn says, it's been an unbelievably rewarding experience so far, and a real dream come true for me. I'm hoping to release some news very soon. So that's great. We'll finally get some little bit more information. It just felt like a dry DC season, but lately, from yesterday and today especially, there's been some heavy DC stuff that is coming out for all the DC film fans out there. So James Gunn also went on further when someone asked, Dave Elliott asked, will the Suicide Squad be music heavy too? James Gunn replied, music is an incredibly important part of all of my films, both soundtrack and score. So yeah, but it will be a lot different than Guardians musically and in so many other ways. So he's putting it out there that this is going to be a music-heavy Suicide Squad, which is something that we're accustomed to from the David Ayer Suicide Squad. Now, that may have been a studio thing where the trailer people started pumping a lot more music into that movie, and it became less of a David Ayer film than what he initially intended. But at this rate, people are now accustomed to a music-heavy Suicide Squad. And in this case, James Gunn is revealing here that he is literally trying to put in some stuff. He asked on Twitter if he had any juicy tunes lined up for the Suicide Squad. Gunn replied, just might. Responding to follow-up questions, he explained that he successfully licensed every song he sought for a movie. But there are a lot of songs I've wanted to find a space for and haven't been able to. Hundreds. Gunn named Alice Cooper, Queen, T-Rex, and Stevie Wonder as just as few artists whose songs he's been unable to find the perfect fit for. And so as we know, we did hear a lot of Queen songs in the first Suicide Squad, so it could be a welcome a return for that for the people who are fans of the first Suicide Squad movie that came out, and it would probably fit more in line with that. I still want to see the Ayer cut, and if David Ayer actually included a lot of those different songs as well. That would be kind of interesting to hear from him. He does do that though. He does put music in his movies as well. So hip hop, pop music, rap, he does do that as well. So it would be kind of interesting to see how his cut would have came out as opposed to what we saw in the theater. But it's for sure James Gunn is going to add a lot of things to the Suicide Squad, and if it's popular and if it does well, we could probably start seeing some of those Guardians of the Galaxy type mixtapes, if you will, his own version for the DCEU. And maybe if it does work well and he wants to continue playing in this world, he could be doing the next Suicide Squad movie or something else. But that will still have to be after the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So it's very interesting to see this director who's in two universes and seemingly having been to be able to pick between the two, and I don't know if it's for the money or for what, or his interests. He does seem like he's a giant a comic book fan, as he's have shown. So I'm kind of interested to see where he turns to. If it doesn't work well for the Suicide Squad, then for sure he's gonna go over to Marvel, and if they let him, he'll stay in Marvel. But if not, he could come back to the DCEU. So for people who are a fan of James Gunn's work, you should be pretty happy. He's gonna have a lot of say in his movie, The Suicide Squad. Now next up, it's a little update from the Joker film. Apparently tomorrow's Joker program at Venice 76 is starting 8 a.m. Eastern. Is going to be a Joker press conference with Joaquin Phoenix, Todd Phillips, Zazie Beetz, and Emma Tillinger-Koskoff, who is the producer. Then at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time is the start of the Joker red carpet, and that's where they can finally see. People will finally have a reaction, a genuine reaction. We'll start seeing it online, possibly at the Venice Film Festival, of more Joker things. So we can finally maybe gauge how this movie is when people actually finally get to see it, instead of just relying on script leaks, relying on people who we don't know. So for the press who are going to see Joker tomorrow, there may be an NDA, and we'll see if that will be lifted, and if they're able to share maybe social media reactions at least, then we'll have a good idea of how that film is. But if not, then we'll still be kind of curious until the next film festival, and ultimately until the film actually comes out on October 4th. So there's much to look forward to that. And they've been saying a long time that in front of Joker we'll probably get a hint of Birds of Prey, right? Well, something interesting came out yesterday, and I talked about it, how their teaser trailer is possibly going to be in front of It Chapter 2, and that was going to be in a week or so. So that's fine. But surprisingly, there was a leak of photos, not just any photos, screenshots, high-def screenshots of the actual teaser, of the actual 39 to 40 second teaser that was supposed to have been released with It Chapter 2. And it just came out on Twitter. And just as quickly as it came out, there were, the Twitter was deleting everything. They were taking down retweets. I was retweeting like crazy. I was looking. I saved it, but I can't show it to you here because I think a lot of people realizing their accounts being taken down, that these are copyright strikes. So unfortunately, I can't share with you these awesome pictures here, but I'll try to describe them. They do show Harley in some kind of carnival looking place. The aesthetic looks fantastic. Albeit some of them are looking very dark and you can't really see anything. But when you turn it up, you can kind of see the costumes. Huntress does look like she has a mask on, and she does have the crossbow. We do get to see Black Mask without the mask, but you get to see him cackle or laughing at something. You see Black Canary in the background singing. You do see what looks like an action shot where there's a little bit of blood there as well. So it looks all incredibly interesting. You also see Black Canary do a side kick. So those are awesome, and you can only imagine what this teaser is, right? And what's even cooler is that right now, when I'm talking right now, just an hour ago, the teaser was leaked. That's right. If you go on Twitter right now, and hopefully before they take it down, you can get a glimpse of the teaser. It's in Russian, I think, or another language, and it's from a camera from within the theater, because get this, it's showing. They're saying it's showing in front of the re-release of Spider-Man Far From Home, the extended cut. It's being shown in theaters right now with that. And it starts off with the balloons, with Warner Brothers. It's got even the creepy It chapter, music. And then the balloons gets hit one with a mallet. And you see Harley Quinn. And apparently it's translated to, she says, F these clowns, which is hilarious, and it goes into the teaser. It's very cool. I mean, the music is very snappy. You hear Ewan McGregor laugh, and it's really, it kind of reminds me of that snappiness of the not the first Suicide Squad trailer, but maybe the next ones. Obviously showing some fighting in there. There is blood in there. Her mallet she throws at a guy. Looks like, and I can't really see, it's because it's blurry, but looks like it lops off the head, or at least throws his head back and snaps his neck or something. But it is definitely like a rated R. There is swearing in it, and it's very cool. I mean, I enjoyed it. I've watched it over a dozen times on repeat, and I'm liking how this movie is turning out. At least the trailer, at least this teaser in any case. And I'm hoping that this means that they're just going to have an actual trailer in front of Joker, perhaps. I mean, I could totally see this being in front of It Chapter 2. It's like you're in theater and you're waiting. All right, the movie is starting. This is it. There's the balloons. There's the music. And then Harley Quinn just F these clowns. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? This is not it. I mean, it could have gotten... I'm looking at it right now. I mean, it could have gave it away with the DC symbol on there, but still, yeah, that's kind of fun to see in the movie, and it's appropriate because it's a rated R film, and it's amazing. I mean, it's very cool. It's very stylized, very stylistic, and I can't wait. I mean, even the look of it, some of the fights and everything, you can't actually see the fights, but the way it's looking, it looks like that you got that John Wick material in. Does that mean that Chad Stahelski really took away from the movie, really kind of hijacked the movie from Kathy Ann? I don't know. I've never watched Kathy Ann's work, but the look and the colors does look like very similar to her style of shooting from the trailer that I've seen her movie, that Dead Pigs or something, I forgot what it's called. That trailer has that same aesthetic as in this teaser, and so that could still be the same. But Chad Stahelski also has that same aesthetic as well, so it's be kind of hard to tell. But I don't know. Grace Randolph, who is on Twitter, and she's still saying, hearing that this movie is being hijacked by Chad Stahelski, although other scoopers are saying something different. I don't know, but we'll see when the movie comes out, and maybe we'll know a little bit more as the trailer comes out. I don't know what kind of situation this is right now, but just my reaction on this teaser. It's very stylized. It's very snappy. It's very hip. I love the music. In fact, somebody even put it on Spotify right now. The music, the new music used in Birds of Prey teaser is Heads Will Roll, and I like it. I really like it, and I can't wait to see the English version in high def. And it's just cool to get excited for DC films now as more things come out. Whether it be Suicide Squad, this Birds of Prey, even Snyder Cut material, I think we're coming on a rise now. We're in a depth, in the deep, and now we're coming back up, and hopefully we can get excited for future DC films from now on. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.